Sticking with the stimulus package, Democrats have made the first public retreat from the larger relief plan in the latest talks. The future of any stimulus likely hangs on Georgia, where Trump's allies are urging Georgia voters not to vote in the runoff election. Join me now to break down all that's happening is Bloomberg News' congressional reporter Billy House, live from Capitol Hill. Billy, it's so great to have you on Quicktake this morning. Democrats have made a pretty significant pullback in the proposed relief package. They retreated from $2.4 trillion down to $908 billion, a significant pullback. Pelosi and Schumer certainly trying to compromise, but I guess my question would be, was pulling back that much a good idea?
Well, we don't really know at this time what the details of their pulling back would include. I mean, they say they're starting at a base of that, which was a proposal by a group of moderates earlier this week. But hanging in their plans is the notion that once the new year begins and under a new administration, a Democratic President Joe Biden, that another virus relief package could be also passed. So they're kind of looking at this as the first of two installments, not necessarily a lesser proposal, but just the first part of one.
But it does seem like so much of that hinges on what of course happens in Georgia, and I do wonder to what extent Democrats will be able to push through a larger package if Republicans hold on to the Senate.
Absolutely, that's the gamble. If the Democrats do happen to even up the seats in the chamber and new Vice President Kamala Harris has the deciding vote, they think they can get something through early next year. But if that doesn't happen, if they don't win both seats in Georgia on January 5th runoff, then they still face probably Senate Majority Leader McConnell and reluctant Republicans.
Okay, so what can we expect from McConnell in this sort of latest iteration of what Democrats have proposed?
Now, let's remember earlier this week, he did put forth a much smaller proposal, which was much reflective of his earlier proposals that had been flatly rejected by Democrats. Now, his calculations have to be whether or not it's better to make a deal now and perhaps then have to not have to deal with a huge proposal if Democrats do control the Senate next year. Maybe get some stuff now, say you've done it, and then move on. So he's got internal problems within his conference. Some of, obviously, his moderates who made a proposal this week want something done. But he still has those far-right senators who say we're not really interested in doing much added spending at this time.
Billy, it's hard for me to understand if there's any sense of urgency coming from lawmakers right now. Based on your reporting, do you think that Democrats and Republicans understand how much Americans are hurting right now?
I think Democrats do. I think Republicans do. I think they just differ on how to respond. And, for instance, whether or not individuals should get another round of stimulus checks or whether eviction protection should be provided or extended or those sort of things. It's the devil's in the details. They have vastly, a lot of the lawmakers, different worldviews about what help means.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quicktake now for insight in an instant.